Peace, family. All right, this one right here from Wall Street Trapper is a wake-up call for investors. He's breaking down how market fear actually creates opportunity and why these next moves could set you up before the boom hits. Pay attention to the mindset behind the money. This is how you position yourself when everyone else hesitates. Let's check this clip out.
When fear hits the market, wealth doesn't disappear, it transfers. And right now, while the world's panicking about tariffs and China, the next generation of wealth is being quietly built right in front of us. Now, today I'm going to talk about 3 companies that's sitting at the frontier of America's comeback. And if you miss these before November 1st, you might be missing out on a 10x return from the sidelines. But before I get into that, man, first I want you to like and subscribe to the channel, man. I won't say this and I won't go into this moving forward. Everything we put out on this channel is based on research and information that I've broke down, right? So we're not just guessing here, right? I also want you to understand this, man, the market is going to go through ups and downs. And while the market is truly running sometimes, it can be one tweet or one headline that truly stalls that, but it allows us to get these companies at a discount because it'll put fear in the market. And a lot of companies that get overextended in the run-up, when Trump puts out a tweet like that, like he did 2 weeks ago, what that does is it holds that. And these companies pull back. And sometimes the companies that grow a lot or that are on a rapid pace to grow, they tend to do what? Pull back a little. And when they pull back, it truly gives us opportunity. Opportunity to what? To buy at the companies that we like over the long term. Now remember, the market goes up 76% of the time over what? The long term. So which means we have a 23% chance of the market pulling back from time to time. Those are opportunities for us to build our wealth. Those are opportunities for us to implore more cash into the market. Those are time for us to double down on companies that we love. So if a company pulls back or the market pulls back, it's not the time for us to get scared. It's the time for us to do what? Buy more. There's a stat out right now, and I talked about it on my show, Trapping Tuesday. And the stat is essentially that more people are buying the dip now this year more than ever. And it showed it in April. It showed it again in July, early October, and it shows us that. So I don't want a lot of people to panic when the market starts to pull back, or you bought a stock and the stock pulls back and it drops. Don't panic on that, man. We buy great companies. I want you to put not even a 50-year time span on. I want you to put a 1 to 2 year, or 18 months to 3 year time span on any stock that you buy. Yeah, it might not be up right now. Yeah, it might run up and come back a little bit right now, but that gives us a great opportunity to buy more. Now, before we do that, let's just get into it. Let's just recap some of the stuff that's been happening lately. So let's think about it, right? 2 Fridays ago, Trump shocked the world when he came out with his 11 o'clock statement saying he's going to put 100% tariffs on China because they are having a rare earth. They're trying to be controlling in that, right? And it scared the market, right? And that volatility, it doesn't really destroy wealth. What it does is, it is uncertainty, but what that does, it gives us and exposes us to opportunity. The key is understanding that where the world is going, not where the fear is pointing. I'm gonna say that again. The key is understanding where the world is going, not where the fear is pointing. The fear is really, truly designed to trick y'all to spot. Now, over the last 2 weeks, we've seen markets stall. New highs, no new extensions, right? The tension was building, right? And the tension always leads to transfer from weak hands to patient investors. So instead of running from the red candles, I want you to run toward where the red candles are taking position from. Now, let's dig into that a little bit deeper before I get into these 3 companies. If we think about it, the last 2 weeks, we haven't gotten back over the high of Friday of Trump's tweet Friday, and we haven't gotten to the low of Trump's tweet of 2 weeks ago. We've been trading in that range. And as a trader, we call that choppy water. And some companies get exposed more, some don't. But here's what we do know. The Federal Reserve are about to turn the money printers back on. Also, we had some key data that came out Friday that lets the market know that inflation is kind of where they want it to be at. So which means companies that are in truly growth phases, they're going to get what? More money poured into them for companies that want to do what? Expand and grow. So now let's talk about the three companies on the front line of the next boom. The first company I want to talk about is STS Space Mobile. It is building space-based broadband networks that connect everyday smartphones directly to satellites, right? They bridging the gap between people that can't use phones and people that can use phones. I want you to think about it from this perspective as well. There's 5 billion people that have mobile phones across the world. 400 million without access. And now governments, carriers, and providers are trying their best to make sure those people can get what? Access. Now, this company has partnered with companies like AT&T, Vodafone, and Horizon. Now, let's go a little deeper than that. I think that if the stock can get around about $50 or $55, that would be a steal, because this is an infrastructure pipeline, right? This isn't just some type of mobile company, right? They connecting us to telecom, they connecting us to AI, they connecting us to robotics, they connecting us to the next world. Now, they do have a lot of satellites that they're doing, and if they can get that to go, and I wrote this down right here, if they can get that efficiently running, then it is an early stage story, right? But they have a huge upside. And if they can get that officially going, we see the stock is up big on the year. So that pullback didn't really hurt us. It actually gave the stock a breather. So if they can get things going the way we think they can get things going, the way the research is getting things going, I think if this stock gets to $50 to $55, it would definitely be a steal, one that we can truly put our eyes on. Now, next on the list, we have an amazing company, APLD. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I talked about this company in my Patreon maybe like 5-6 months ago, right? Company was dirt cheap. It has been on a run. It is one of our lottery picks. Shout out to the Patreon, right? APLD, while everyone talks about AI, no one is truly talking about the power or the cooling that keeps AI alive. Now, let's go a little further. Now, APLD, they build the infrastructure and the intelligence for massive data centers designed for high performance computing. Now, remember, high performance computing is where we are headed. It is where we are going. It is 100% the game changer, right? Also, when you think about quantum computing, the CEO for RG, Rigetti, said that we're about 4 years away, which is closer than the 10 to 15 years away that Jensen Huang said, right? Now, let's bring that back in a little bit further, right? As AI becomes the backbone for everything that's going on in America and the world, guess what? It's going to need a lot of energy. Now, contracts, this company has contracts with top tier hyperscalers, right? And they're building the liquid cooling technology, which reduces the energy waste by 30 to 40%. That's expected. They're expected to grow 25% just in the data infrastructure demand alone. AI isn't slowing down, y'all. We know that. It's scaling up. And APLD is who they call when they need the power. So we think about a company like that. Remember what I said, y'all. Like, the fear doesn't transfer to wealth, right? It actually gives us an opportunity to position ourselves in companies that you may have missed, companies that have been overextended. Don't think about today or tomorrow. Think about where could this company be in the next year or the next 18 months or the next 2 years. How could that look in my portfolio? And that's how I want you to think. Now, let's go a little bit further, because if ASTS connects the world and APLD is the power, this is a company that I'm truly love, and it's a company of USAR. They supply the materials it's built from. Now, they operate the only full integrated rare earth mine in America, from raw extraction to truly just finished magnets. Now, we talked about this, and I saw the lady. She just did an interview on CNBC, and she talked about how positioned they are. She talked about how much growth they have and the possibility they have. She actually just did an interview Friday, which was dope, which is actually one of the reasons why I'm dropping this company too, because I still feel like this company has so much strength and so much growth. And when I called it on the show on this page, It was $24. The company, I think you go to 40. It went to 42. Trump drops the tweet, and then it sells off. It's back down to $24, which is cool. We back where we started from, and I still think it has upside. But if you're scared to get it right now, I think somewhere around $17. If you get that 17 to 20, I think that's the easy steal without even thinking about it, right? No, let's just dig a little deeper. Rare earths aren't just because they're scarce. They're rare because China controls 80% of the processing. These metals, listen to me, are everything when it comes to EV, motors, fighter jets, semiconductors, MRI machines, and healthcare, right? Department of Defense has committed $400 million to this company alone. They have an Apple partnership. They've partnered with the US government to reclaim the supply chain. This truly becomes what America needs, not just a want. They need this, right? So anything under $20 is not hype, it's homegrown security. These are companies that I'm saying in the future, y'all, like, we can win with these. We just got to be early sometimes, and that's okay. But let's just put it all together. Like, from connectivity to power to materials, these are the foundations to every technology boom. The Fed will start cutting rates probably on the 29th, right? That's capital that will flood into growth and infrastructure. Who builds from that? Who benefits from that? These companies building the new economy. Nah, think a little further. This isn't about predicting the next tweet. It's about positioning ourselves before the next wave. Fortunes aren't built just by calm markets. They're built in storms, and volatility becomes the thing that helps us get to where we want to go. Because one, it gives us a discount, and then when everybody calms down, it becomes the thing that moved the market. Think about it. The only thing that really stopped the market was a Trump tweet. The only thing that got the market back going was Trump saying, I think we're going to do business with China. Trump came back a couple days later and said, what? The 100% tariffs aren't what? Sustainable. Which also has let us know, okay, he understands the game. He understands where you're going at, right? And we got to just be willing to navigate through that. And we can't just get pissed off every time this thing don't go our way. So ask yourself this. When fear hits, do you freeze or do you position? Now, I want you to think, which one of these companies, ASTS, APLD, or USAR, which one do you think will lead America in the next wave? Because remember, wealth doesn't vanish. It comes from making sure the move that you're making moves you forward. When it comes to building out your portfolio, you got to stick to companies that you see, one, that the market is rewarding, two, that is at the forefront of where America is going, and three, will be the catalyst to the future. And these three companies that I just laid down for you, I think we have a great opportunity to get back in them and to scale our way to millionaire status. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Let me know if this video helped you. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Salute.
The knowledge don't stop here. It circulates. If this unlocks up menu, don't just sit with it, build with it. We got more drops coming. Stay tapped in. Until next time, stay hidden.